I welcome into the Pittsburgh Steelers Blitz, the Week 12 edition, as the Steelers come off a 6th straight win, one that looked like it was seriously in doubt going late into that game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It took all 60 minutes, literally, for the Steelers to pull through in this one. The Steelers offense struggled to get anything going. Early in this game, Ben Roethlisberger ended up scrambling for a 1-yard rushing touchdown with 5 seconds left on the clock to finish off a 20-16 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was the Steelers' 6th straight win, offered proof maybe the team could win ugly as well, and I think that's one of the big takeaways here is they can win a matchup that doesn't go their way for a lot of that game, a lot of resistance being thrown up early. A good Jacksonville Jaguars defense, certainly, but the Steelers pull through. They won all types of games over this winning streak. Pretty ugly, high-scoring, low-scoring. I think it's a good thing to have in your back pocket as you approach the AFC playoffs. Ugly was a good word to describe early. Ben Roethlisberger threw 3 interceptions in this game. The Steelers offense was shut out for nearly the first 45 minutes, but a few scoring drives in a row late into the third and fourth quarters. A 78-yard touchdown strike to Antonio Brown got things started. Another 8-play, 80-yard drive capped by a touchdown reception by Vance McDonald. And then a 7-play, 68-yard drive that proved to be the game winner as Ben Roethlisberger leaped, dove for the goal line, and just got there. 20-16, the Steelers win. Steelers now 7-2-1. They're in command in the AFC North. They're still in the hunt for home field advantage, possibly throughout the playoffs now with the Kansas City Chiefs. Those guys lost. They fell to 9-2, so there's still hope for the Steelers to get there. Still a lot of work to do for the Steelers team against some prime contenders. They have the Chargers in Week 12. They've got the Patriots in Week 14 and the Saints in Week 15. If you have any questions about how good this Steelers team could be, you'll start to get the answers over the next few weeks. But before you can get too far down the road, you got a matchup on the road at Denver. A Denver team with a defense that's been highly regarded for years. They've got an outstanding pass rush with Von Miller and rookie Bradley Chubb. The Steelers have to contend with high altitude and some cold air there in Denver, and they have to be able to not get caught looking ahead. This Denver team came back to beat the Chargers 23-22 last week. Brandon McManus, a 34-yard field goal as time expired. They were down 19-7 in the second half, but they did what they had to do to win this game. It's something that Denver has been able to do is muddy things up a little bit for more talented opponents. Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman, their rookie running backs, combined for 3 touchdowns in this game. As I mentioned, Denver competitive largely, even in losses. It's a team they played playoff competition tough, 27-23 and 30-23. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're scoring points on everybody. Denver has found a way to hang in there in 2 losses against them. 19-17, they lose to the Texans a couple weeks ago, and 23-20 lost to the Los Angeles Rams. So this will be no easy feat. Mike Tomlin saying this week, don't expect them to be intimidated by our presence. They stood toe-to-toe against some playoff caliber teams. They have the pass rush to disrupt things, and the defense, if they play clean enough football on the offensive side, they will give the Steelers a run for their money. They're ranked 7th in the NFL in sacks, 13th in scoring defense, and they do have a tendency to bend without breaking. So how the Steelers play in the red zone will help determine if they win this football game. So some matchup storylines to watch: Steelers, Broncos. Number one, first and foremost, if you slow down Denver's run game, a 2-pronged attack with Phillip Lindsay, a savvy runner, Royce Freeman, more of a north-south physical runner. You slow those guys down, you take the Denver offense off its tracks. It's an offense really with some limitations. You get them off schedule, get them behind the chains a little bit, got a good shot to win. Protect Ben Roethlisberger. If you can limit the sacks, if you can take Von Miller out of this game, and he can stay upright and buy some time in the pocket, he can hit that bevy of weapons the Steelers have. Again, a good shot to win the game. Unleash James Conner. This Denver defense has not a lot of flaws, but one of them, they have not defended the run exceptionally well. And I think the Steelers and James Conner and that offensive line, one of the best in football, will be eager to prove that last week was just an anomaly. 9 carries for James Conner for just 25 yards. I expect him to get over that 100-yard barrier. And if he does that, Steelers got a good shot to win. So what exactly do the Steelers have to do to win for the 7th consecutive time? Jacob Klinger, our beat reporter here for Penn Live, joins us to give us a prediction for the game and an overview of this matchup.
The Steelers did score the kind of victory in their 20-16 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars that really good teams do in better seasons. However, that game did expose some weaknesses, and I expect the Denver Broncos to re-expose those weaknesses as the Steelers visit Denver on Sunday for a 4:25 p.m. kickoff. It's very gratefully yours truly, not a Thanksgiving Day game. However, I do think it will be one of the better matchups of the weekend, and one that the Steelers will lose 35-24.
Steelers, they started the week 5.5-point favorites. That line since came down closer to 3 points. The Broncos do have a way of making games a little bit more difficult than you would expect. So I do like the Steelers to win this game. I think maybe they have to do it late, kind of like they had to do against Jacksonville. I've got a 22-21, which will be a Denver cover and the Steelers' 7th straight win. We'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in this week. You can always check us out on PennLive.com. Join us in the comment section down below to tell us how right or wrong that we are. And be sure to subscribe to the Penn Live YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on the Pittsburgh Steelers Blitz.